You see that clip at the beginning of this video? Walmart, who I will now call Magamart, has knuckled under and ended its diversity, equity, and inclusion programs due to right wing MAGA pressure from activists. I guess they looked at that as some sort of a reverse discrimination against a group that has dominated the United States since its inception. So, exactly what is going on here? Walmart, by agreeing to end those programs, is saying the company said Monday is ending its racial equity training program for staff and evaluating programs designed to increase supplier diversity. Walmart has worked to increase the number of suppliers that are at least 51% owned or managed by a woman, minority, veteran, or someone who is LGBTQ in recent years. So that's supposed to be bad? Let me just tell you something. I grew up in a small town, thriving downtown area, multiple outlets for groceries, clothing, what have you, restaurants. So, what have you? Well, Walmart came to town, located on the edge of town where real estate was cheap. And over the years, that Walmart shifted the axis of business. Those independent and regional store locations and outlets went out of business. They couldn't compete with Walmart. So as time went on, you know, the outlets that local and regional suppliers had to market their products pretty much dried up. So the fact that Walmart had a diversity program to diversify their suppliers for small business, women owned business, minority owned businesses, veteran owned businesses, that was a good thing. That meant that these independents and small companies, small farms, what have you, had an outlet to try to continue to do business. So that's being shut off. As you know, retail is really a real estate venture. He who owns the outlets, the store shelf space, rules. And if you are totally cut off from that space, you die if that's your business. Okay, so you got your way on shutting down small business, women owned business, veteran owned businesses, LGBTQ owned businesses. So I guess you're happy about that. So what else are they doing? The company is also reviewing all funding of Pride and other events and monitoring its online marketplace to remove sexual or transgender products marketed to children. Walmart also said it will not extend its Center for Racial Equity, a 5-year, $100 million philanthropic commitment to the company made in 2020 to address the root causes of gaps in outcomes of African Americans in education, health, criminal justice, and other areas. I know you didn't like that, okay? Because now they're saying, why are we getting the same result in this community, the African American community, year after year, decade after decade, and trying to invest in trying to improve that? Oh, really? You don't like that? So you're pressuring the company to stop it. Okay. A statement from Walmart says, "We are willing to change alongside our associates and customers who represent all of America," Walmart said in the statement. "We've been on a journey And no, we aren't perfect, but every decision comes from a place of wanting to foster a sense of belonging. So you want to foster a sense of belonging to the people that have dominated this country for its entire existence. I think they belong. I don't think there's a question that they belong. Matter of fact, they set the agenda. The rest of us just try to get in where we can fit in. But here's my deal. Companies like Walmart, John Deere, Tractor Supply, Lowe's, and others are bending the knee to the MAGA movement. Make America Great Again. So this example of Walmart going backwards is what they think is the great America, where one group dominates over everyone else. But let me tell you something. Walmart is pervasive. They're the largest employer in the United States. They also have the largest, or one of the largest amount of employees that are on public assistance, getting food stamps and are on Medicaid. So pay your people, for one. That'll help in your DEI initiative. The second thing is everybody spends their dollars there. And particularly in small towns, there's hardly anywhere else to go because you run everybody else out of business. And then once you run them all out of business, guess what? Your prices aren't so cheap anymore. Now, in this town where I am, there's basically two outlets if you want to do some major shopping, let's say from groceries. Walmart and Kroger. Well, Kroger has a DEI program. I looked it up. And you should too. Before you go to spend your dollars, just type into a search engine, Google, Bing, whatever, where you plan to go. Do they have a DEI program? And if they knuckle under, like Walmart, Lowe's, John Deere, Tractor Supply, then maybe you can figure somewhere else to go. See, I went to a Lowe's outlet on my business side. I spent quite a bit of money buying multiple appliances to put in a project I was doing. Now, Lowe's is the only game in town when it comes to that, pretty much, in this town. But there are nearby towns with Home Depots. They have a diversity program. They deliver, not that far. So what I'm going to start to do is consolidate my shopping and try to spend my money where I want it. See, they want my money and your money, but they don't want to put things back into your particular community. And I'm not talking about African American. I'm talking about minorities, period. I'm talking about women owned. Women aren't really minority from a numerical standpoint, but from a standpoint of pay and compensation, they make sense on the dollar compared to men, white men in particular. Veteran owned businesses. I mean, what is going on with that? You're trying to shut off the biggest retailer in the country from carving out a space for veteran owned businesses to have access to customers. Well, maybe that's on brand. I mean, the leader of the MAGA movement basically said veterans are losers and suckers. So I guess he wants to keep them in the loser category. It's just a mindless march forward. So my suggestion is spend your treasure where you're respected and not where you're, you know, someone spitting in your face. And that's all I got to say today. But it just sort of struck me when I saw Walmart, the largest employer in the country, the the company that has changed the retailing landscape of the United States, saying, "Sorry, we're bending the knee to Mac."